Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today, we're diving into one of the most talked about topics in the gaming world right now, Nintendo Switch 2 game prices. And yeah, I know, $70 games? For Nintendo? A lot of people saw that number and immediately freaked out. But hear me out, I actually don't think the new Switch 2 game prices are as bad as people are making them out to be. In fact, I think they're kind of reasonable. Yeah, I said it. So let's break it all down, why these higher prices aren't just tolerable, but actually make a lot of sense in 2025 and beyond. First off, let's talk about the elephant in the room, inflation. Like it or not, prices on everything have gone up in the last few years. Rent, groceries, gas, and yeah, even video games. When the original Switch came out in 2017, $60 was the standard, and it had been the standard for over a decade. Back then, $60 went a lot further than it does now. Fast forward to today. Developers are spending way more on making games. More advanced graphics, voice acting, motion capture, larger teams, more testing, and marketing that costs as much as making the game itself. So when PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X launched with $70 games, Nintendo was actually behind the curve by keeping prices at $60. They're just now catching up with the rest of the industry. Now let's look at what we're actually getting for that price. Nintendo games, especially first-party titles, are known for their insane polish. They don't release broken, buggy messes. They don't need 12 patches to work. When a mainline Nintendo game drops, it usually just works. That's worth something. Plus, Switch 2 is rumored to have a massive leap in hardware, something that's gonna allow games to be bigger, more beautiful, and more complex. That means more development time, more assets, and more to explore. If a $70 Zelda, Mario, or Metroid Prime 4 game gives me 40+ hours of gameplay with the charm and craftsmanship Nintendo is famous for, honestly, I'm okay with that price. Here's another thing people don't talk about enough: Nintendo games hold their value like gold. You ever try to buy Breath of the Wild secondhand? It's still $60 years later. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe? Still $60. Most Xbox or PlayStation titles are half off 6 months after release. But Nintendo games? They stay valuable. So if you spend $70 on a Switch 2 game, chances are you're not just buying a throwaway experience, you're buying something you'll probably play for months or even years. And if you ever sell it, it'll still fetch a decent price. Also, let's not forget that not every Switch 2 game will be $70. Nintendo has already said pricing will be on a case-by-case basis. Smaller titles, ports, or third-party games might still be $60 or even less. And Nintendo's own eShop is packed with affordable indie games. So the $70 price tag isn't some mandatory tax, it's just what they're charging for their biggest, most premium releases. And let's be real. If we're willing to spend $6 on a fancy coffee or $15 on a movie ticket for 2 hours of entertainment, is $70 for a 40-hour masterpiece really that outrageous? I don't get the frustration. Here's the thing, game development is expensive. If we want Nintendo to compete in the modern gaming space, especially as they try to match PS5 and Xbox Series X, they need the budget to do it right. And no, a higher price tag doesn't guarantee quality. But when it comes to Nintendo, their track record is so strong that it's one of the few times I actually trust a company to deliver. So yeah, $70 isn't nothing. But when you zoom out and consider inflation, industry standards, the quality of Nintendo's games, how long those games stay relevant, and the optional nature of those purchases, it really doesn't feel like highway robbery. If anything, it feels like Nintendo is finally acknowledging the value of their own work in a world where quality games cost real money to make. Bottom line, I'd rather pay $70 for a polished, unforgettable game than $60 for something rushed and broken. And knowing Nintendo, the Switch 2 library is gonna be absolutely stacked. But hey, that's just my take. What do you think? Are you okay with the $70 price point? Are you planning to pick up a Switch 2 on day one? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's talk it out. Don't forget to like, sub, and ring that bell for more deep dives like this, and I'll catch you in the next one.